All right, this is the page 4 of lesson 2.1, applications of percent. And there's just 4 more problems that we're going to do, which is talking about percent of increase and decrease. So the store buys a jacket for $45 and sells it for $60. So which one's the new price, which one's the old? Well, this is the old price. This is what they bought it for. This is the new price. That's what they sold it for. So this is going to be 60 over 45 times 100 minus 100. So for this one, 60 divided by 45, we get 1.33 repeating. Now, at some point, we need to decide how many decimals we want in our final answer. But I think as a standard, we'll go 1 decimal point. So after I multiply by this 100, so that my final percent answer has 1 decimal, 1 value past the decimal. So when I multiply this by 100, this becomes 133, and I'll add 1 more 3 here, percent, and we're going to subtract 100% from it, which gives you a 33.3% increase. So once again, this process is pretty much the same every time. It's new divided by old times 100 minus 100. This next problem is going to look a little bit different. With this problem here, your car value dropped from $25,000 to $20,000. So this is the old price, and this is the new price. So this is $20,000, and this is $25,000. Still times 100, still minus 100. Now this is different because the number is smaller on top than it is on the bottom. 20,000 divided by 25,000 gives you a 0.8. And so when we multiply that, that changes it to a percent. That's 80%. So essentially this 20,000 is 80% of the original value, right? But now we're going to subtract 100. This is a war, negatives win, negative 20%, or a 20% decrease. So that's one thing I like about this equation is you can tell if it's an increase or a decrease at this last stage. When you subtract 100, if your answer is positive, it's because the top was bigger than the bottom and it was an increase. But if your answer is negative, it's because the top was smaller than the bottom. So when you subtract 100, you wind up with a negative value showing you that it is a decrease. All right, let's go and go through the last 2. Last week, a concert had 1,200 attendees. This week, only 960 people attended. So this was the old number, and this is your new number. So we have 960 over 1,200 times 100 minus 100. So 960 divided by 1,200, also 0.8. So the rest of it's going to look just like the other problem, right? Multiply that, you get an 80. 80 minus 100 is negative 20. So it is a 20% decrease. I'm going to just do down arrow instead of writing decrease each time. It's a 20% decrease, so in attendance. And the last one, a video game originally cost $80, but now it's on sale for $60. So this is the old value, this is the new value. So this would be 60 over 80 times 100 minus 100. So 60 divided by 80 gives us a 0.75. We'll multiply that times 100, which is 75%. Minus 100 gives you a negative 25%. So that is a 25% decrease. And so that formula works really well for showing increase, decrease. There's other ways to do it where you like subtract, and there's a harder way to do it. And this way, I like this equation because it's easier. And yeah, that is the end of page 4 and lesson 2.1.